Hi, my name is Meira, and for my artist, I chose to research Yayoi Kusama. Um, Here's a quote from her that I thought was interesting. It's my art originates from hallucinations only I can see. I translate the hallucinations and obsessional images that plague me into sculptures and paintings. As far as her background and such, Yayoi Kusama was born in Japan 1929. She grew up in a really strict traditional culture and was kind of forced into assimilation by her parents, who were very against her art. And for example, her mom would sometimes tear apart her drawings when she'd get angry. Probably because of this, she moved to New York in the 1950s to pursue art with a very strong desire for recognition and fame. There she created many notable works. She performed lots of loud and very noticeable public performances and influenced many prominent artists of her time, such as Andy Warhol. Um, Due to mental health issues, she moved back to Japan in 1973 and admitted herself to a mental hospital where she resides to today. Uh, since then, her career has continued to thrive, slowly becoming more recognized for her current and past influence with her very bold and captivating style. One kind of element of design that you'll definitely notice when looking at her works is polka dots. It's very much tied to her image as an artist as well as her personal journey in experiencing and exploring kind of just her mental health. Um, about polka dots, Kusama once said, "Our Earth is only one polka dot among a million stars in the cosmos. Polka dots are a way to infinity. When we obliterate nature and our bodies with polka dots, we become part of the unity of our environment." Um, as to why she does polka dots, according to her, her theme largely originates from hallucinations she experienced as a child and has continued to struggle with to the present day. And as it said in the quote, she also uses them to explore the concept of infinity. Um, so kind of going into her mental health, I feel like to fully cover her career as an artist as well as her as a person, it's very important to discuss it and how it impacted her art. In addition to her kind of rough upbringing, she experienced numerous nervous breakdowns brought about by stress and pressure towards succeeding in her career during her time in New York. Much of Kusama's career has been shadowed by extreme depression, anxiety, and schizophrenia. While in America she is known to have attempted suicide and suffer from hallucinations, these experiences have impressed a strong influence in her art. As mentioned, this eventually led to her willingly admitting herself into a mental institution. Um, Many contribute her mental health struggles to her childhood and stress of an, at the time, failing career. Aspects of her works were stolen or copied by male artists who received a much broader and enthusiastic recognition, causing Kusama to sink further into her mental health struggles and make louder and more daring attempts to become known. As a Japanese female with both personal, social, and familial pressure for success against a very male, white-dominated field, we can see how closely she tied her art to herself as a person, pouring her soul and identity into her art to make it uniquely and expressively her own under her very stressful expectations. This gives her work a very vibrant and emotional feeling that has resonated with many and made her pretty well known. Um, Despite having spent almost 50 years in the mental institution to manage her mental health, Yayoi Kusama's fame and creativity have blossomed arguably more than her time in New York. She owns a studio near the institution and is known to work inside almost daily and works hours on end. By the late 80s to the 90s, Kusama's work began to gain international recognition. Now she is one of the most recognized contemporary artists, particularly seen through her infinity mirrors and polka dots. um, Here are some of the works of hers that I really like. I really like the polka dots and the very bold, bright colors. Um, Here are the works cited, and that is the end. Thanks.